I love how great we look today.
Oh,
We're both killing it with the outfits.
yeah, this is my mom's shirt. Whenever I go to my mom's house, she just gives me her old clothes. I haven't bought new clothes in like 2 years.
I don't think I have. Oh my god, that's bad. I've never been my mom's size. Also, she's tiny.
Is she
Not really.
short?
She's short. She's taller than you, but to me,
Okay.
she's tiny. I'm a tall human.
You're a
We've
very tall
covered this.
human.
We've covered this before. Um, hello, people.
It's
It's
boyfriend.
boyfriend, and we're covering Sam's favorite show,
This
Cobra
is
Kai.
one of my many favorite shows. I like television, I think, a little bit more than I like movies.
See, I don't know which one I like better. I was having like an existential crisis about it like 3 days ago.
About whether you like television more than movies.
Yeah,
It would just
I
you have no feel like how
I listen. So the thing is that I love the movies. Like I love going to the movie theater and like the whole thing. And I
Mhm.
read all the names on like the credits, and I've always done it since I was like really young.
Yeah.
And it's like my shit. But like since we've been streaming everything, it's kind of like not the same right now. I
Mm.
guess that I like
You
watching
like
shows
the
at home like that. I just love going to I miss the going to the movies
yeah, you like
aspect.
the going there.
Yeah, and I love movies. Movies are my favorite. I went to school for movies. Movies are my favorite thing. So I feel like I'm cheating when I say
Mm.
that, but I do love TV. I do.
I like that with television, you can really flesh out a character because it's not just limited to one
Yes.
sitting.
But then again, people fuck it up like a lot by making it like too long.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I enjoy when shows end when they need to end.
Mhm.
Like I fucking love that Jane the Virgin ended in season 5.
Yeah,
It
I'm
had,
glad it ended, but at the same time,
I mean, I
I
fucking
miss
miss
it.
it. I miss it, but like what else? Who else is gonna get kidnapped?
I can't wait till we do our Jane the Virgin episode.
Oh my god, we gotta do I will rewatch Jane the Virgin when like
I've
I'm so
watched it
happy.
like 5 times, so
Yeah,
I would
you don't have
happily
to
rewatch
rewatch
it.
it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay. I mean, you can. Well, I watched the entirety of Cobra Kai in 3 days, and that amounts to a total of 17 hours, if you guys were wondering.
She
17,
had
18.
all week to watch it. Uh,
We had other things to
we did
do.
have other,
You know we had other things to
but we
do. We were
canceled some
busy.
of them.
We canceled one. We canceled the Toy Story recording.
Yeah, we did.
The only thing we canceled.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stress you out.
I don't need your help to stress me out. That's why I have a bunch of SSRs in the fucking cabinet. I'm stressed. That's my default. Like,
I don't think you would be happy unless you were stressed out.
I think, dude, I was talking about that with my career coach like 2 days ago.
Oh.
Like, if I'm not in a rush, I'm unhappy. I must be like, go, 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 go at all times, which
Mhm.
is strange because I love yoga and like stuff like that. And like, but for my life, I just,
It's not
I
ideal.
no, I like slow mornings. I like waking up, watching the Wendy show in peace every morning. And then after the Wendy show's over, in Spanish we say
Oh.
cuero. It's like, let's go. Like,
What do you say?
cuero.
Cuero. Now, what's the difference
Yes.
between that and like vámonos?
Cuero is more like slang, and
Okay.
vámonos implies that you're going somewhere.
Okay.
Cuero
So
is
it's literal.
yeah, cuero quite literally translates to leather, which like I'm guessing I'm not a Spanish professor, so like I'm guessing like when somebody like whips you with it like a leather thing,
Oh,
like
wow.
cuero.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, we watched Cobra Kai.
I love Cobra Kai.
Dude, I thought I was not gonna like it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to.
I knew you would because there's lots of relationships in it.
Dude, the relationships were not even my favorite part. Like I was just highly entertained, I must say. And this happened this morning that I was watching Cobra Kai because it's the only thing I've seen for the last 3 days, except the Wendy show. And somebody got hit. I don't know who got punched. I don't remember. But I go, no! And then roommate Lauren, is in the bathroom, and she's like, "What? Are you okay?" Like she fully thinks like something happened. Because I am like invested, like shit. Miguel's gonna get fucked over again, like poor boy. Also, I just want to say that Cobra Kai, this doja shit, it's clearly some white people shit. Because anybody else would have been like, nah, this is an extracurricular activity, you guys. Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's very white show. That was Derek's well, one, they get rid of Aisha in the third season, and Derek's like, why would they get rid of like the only person of color? Now it's just all in Miguel. Like what?
Yeah. And then yeah, that made me really, like, that was really annoying. And it's
She's
just,
also a great character.
he's great. I don't know, because I like, it took me a minute to like understand the concept of like whiteness, because I wasn't like born here. So, but there is something very white about this show, which is really funny because it's about karate and it's produced by Will Smith. Also, they had so many, like, I could not believe the level of product placement. I wrote some down. Vons, Coors, Audi, Sony Everywhere, Spider-Man, Deadpool, Sony Superheroes, like Sugarfish,
Enterprise Rentals.
I was like, bro, they have zero shame. Will Smith said, "I'm gonna get the coin," and he did.
Oh yeah,
So.
they have so much product placement. I noticed, but they don't have the product placement on Toyota because they purposely come up with a different car brand that sounds like them. They're like, let's call it Dayona since Toyota won't pay us.
They literally, somebody went to a meeting with Toyota and Toyota said, "We're Toyota, we don't need them," and they were right.
Fuck you. Like, fuck you, Toyota. We're not even gonna use like a different car brand. We're just gonna use one and make it sound like yours.
Okay, I don't think you were too old for this. Do you remember Soy 101?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I remember it.
Oh my God, Soy 101 was my everything. Everybody on Soy 101 had a laptop that instead of an Apple logo had a pear.
I've seen that on a lot of
but a pear?
They choose a pear.
A pear.
Yeah.
I thought it was
cool.
so funny. But it was so funny.
A nice touch.
Yeah. We liked it. But yeah, there's a lot of guys in Cobra Kai.
There are a lot of guys in Cobra Kai. Some of the women also, all the women are really attractive. So, I mean.
Yeah. Really, the girls are really pretty. The guys,
some of the guys are too attractive for their own good.
Talking about Robbie, because Robbie
is like,
Robbie's like
be a better actor and stop worrying about smoldering on screen the whole time, Robbie.
Oh my God, yes. I don't think he's good. He's
horrible.
Okay, great. So I'm not crazy because like I found myself thinking that, and then I was like, maybe you're just being a bitch because he's short.
No, he's straight up bad actor. This is how I know he's a bad actor, because I always thought he was a bad actor in this show, right? The other day, I was upstairs. My dad was watching, what's it called? Designated Survivor.
Dude, wait, stop. My mom can't watch Designated Survivor because I think I told her one time I was watching with her, I pointed out that Kiefer Sutherland kept using the same pair of shoes. So they clearly have no money for a wardrobe. And now she can't pay attention.
She can't pay. That's crazy.
She's looking at the shoes.
It's such a parent show to watch. Everyone's parents I know watch Designated Survivor.
I just feel bad that I ruined it for her because it was something like very casual for me. I was like, oh, he's wearing the same shoes.
So Robbie Keane is on Designated Survivor.
He plays the president's son.
Okay. And so I was like, oh, that's the guy from Cobra Kai. And I was like, he's such a bad actor. My dad's like, really? I was like, oh my gosh, for sure. And then like in that moment, in the same breath that I said that, there's a scene where he has his headphones on, right?
Oh no.
And his dad comes and he touches his foot like to get his attention. But instead of like reacting like the way someone would react, like as if like you're in one place and then someone touches you and you're like, like kind of startled.
Mm-hmm.
He literally like looks at him like, oh, it's my time in the script to say my line.
I know.
Look at this. This is crap.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like exactly what you're talking about.
That's like it's such an easy acting 101. Just be in the moment, dude. I'm not even asking you to make better choices. Be in the moment.
He probably didn't know his lines.
No, I don't think he didn't know it. Maybe.
Because like I have a theory that like a lot of times this happens, I think, more in film than in theater, because in theater you like say the same lines for so long, you know them. You can tell when an actor is not listening to the other actor and is thinking about their lines.
Yeah.
And they're like repeating the line in their head before they say it.
Because you have to be you have to be acting.
Yeah.
Reacting.
Yeah.
I took acting classes. I've heard.
She did.
So is there any point in the show where you like Robbie?
Okay, no. I was like, he's cute. And then he stood up and I'm like, this man is a dwarf. And then I looked it up and I wrote it down and I forgot, but it's like 5'6". It's something ridiculous.
He's really short.
I was just, it's funny because he is the perfect YA brooding, I'm broken hero.
Yeah, he's very that.
I have him, I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons of Robbie. So I have them right here. Pros.
Because I only have cons.
I have two pros. He's sweet. I'll give him that. He's sweet.
He is sweet.
And he has the I'm broken, fix me going for him, which a lot of people like. Because girls like projects.
They do.
So, and he's like
like arts and crafts.
Yes, he's like a craft project with great hair. That's like,
he does have nice hair.
Dude, he has, I was gonna write down good genes. But I don't know how I feel about, I can't.
Except for the short genes.
The short genes, yeah. See, if I was 6 feet tall and I could like wing it, thinking that maybe we could get a 5'10" child or a 5'7", I would risk it, but I can't risk it if he's that short. Like
He's really short. You know what? How you can tell he's so short? Whenever they have a stunt double for him, they can't find a stunt double that's short enough for him. Like you can tell it's a stunt double because it's like that's too tall to be Robbie.
I didn't. That checks out.
Like there's a scene where he's like roller skating. You know, not roller skating. He's skateboarding in the, in the.
I also have a mad vendetta against skateboarders.
Really?
Yeah, my house apartment. I won't tell you the number, safety. We have a crazy vendetta against skateboarders here.
The whole like building, or just you and Lauren?
No, just me and Lauren. Just me and Lauren and the cat. We rope her in because like we just like they look dirty, they smell, and the only thing they have going for them is good balance. That's funny. Understand. We do not understand why. Like the fact that skater is a type is crazy to me.
I would say also you're a little younger because even I'm too young for the skateboard type. Like skateboarders had their heyday in the 90s. And when I was in middle school, it was still kind of cool to be a skateboarder because you still had Avril Lavigne with the Skater Boy song.
I have a friend.
And then after that.
Right now.
Really?
Yes. Like
so
this bitch is 25. Ali, I'm talking to you. If you happen to watch this, she's not going to. But she loves skateboarders, and I'm like, why are you willingly trying to date somebody that looks homeless?
They do look homeless. Although, what I find really interesting about Robbie's character, as poor as he is and as absent as his mother,
fire outfits,
always dressed well. He's like crisp. It's like, do you iron before you leave? Like,
yeah, yes, that doesn't check out. there is that's a continuity issue for me. Like, sir, why is your clothing so nice? Same with what's his face? Okay, I'm gonna say that Miguel has like his wardrobe is valid for his economic background.
It's much better than it will. I mean, like it's much like you can tell all his clothes look new, but they're still in the same price range that you would imagine them to be.
Yes, it's well done. Like I can see that. What's kind of crazy to me, but honestly not that crazy if you think. The crazy part is that Aisha was out after season 2. That's not right.
It's not
that
right.
was annoying. Everybody stand Aisha, and I looked her up on IMDb, and she's like not acting anymore.
Did you look into why she left or why she's not there?
Tell me
I
everything.
did.
What's the tea?
So she put out a Twitter or something, I can't remember. She tweeted something about, oh, sorry, I won't be on season 3, like at the beginning. And then later apparently had said something to the effect of they didn't have room for her in the script. And it's like, yo, you sent Daniel LaRusso to Okinawa and you didn't have room?
Okay, I love that. I love that. But they didn't have to bring the other guy he fought at Okinawa.
No, they didn't have to bring in Chason.
You brought in fucking Jasmine. She did great. She did great. Yeah. I'm not gonna complain. I enjoyed Jasmine, but I was not expecting to get Jasmine back. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't think it's the end of Aisha. I feel like they just didn't. I think, well, okay, I have 2 theories. I have one theory that they're racist. They're racist. Or racist / just, they were like, we got Tori. She's hot. We want to like focus on this character now.
I love that actress. I think she's very underrated.
I mean,
you don't like her?
She's fine as an actress. I just never like, oh, like, I don't believe this girl. I just hate the character.
Oh no, I absolutely hate
her. The motivation doesn't make any sense. Like, first of all, her mom is supposed to be so sick that she has to work and pay for everything. But here's the thing. She just moved to the fucking valley. So wait, she moved her mom here? No. That doesn't, none of that makes sense. The continuity, it doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
Like the weird, like, oh, like her landlord's trying to like fuck her for rent.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But like, this is not on paid on list. This is on the writers. I think paid on list.
No, that's not on her. Yeah, you're right.
The chef's kiss, because like I get so angry at her. Like I want to punch the TV, and I'm punching wrong because I'm gonna hurt my.
Keep your thumb on the outside.
Keeping my thumb on the outside. Did you find yourself wanting to learn how to fight?
Yeah, I've always wanted to learn how to fight.
I took one karate class, and then I was like, nope. I remember it vividly.
My other thought on why they kept Tori and wanted to focus on her and left Aisha out was perhaps Tori is actually trained to fight, because in most of the scenes it looks like she's doing her own stunts. Whereas you can really tell Aisha doesn't know what she's doing. That's if like for real. I mean, like they make her look cool, but you can tell it's not really like she's not a stunt person.
Yeah, she doesn't have like heavy fight scenes. More like one punch, one kick. That would check out because I've seen movies with Peyton List where she has like fight scenes.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. She's also a name. Like I knew who she was. She's the only actress in this show that I knew.
The one thing that bothers me about her, and this is such a mean thing to say because it has nothing to do with her. It's like a physical. No, not even the hair. Okay. So something about, and I mean, like you could say this about anyone. I'm sure lots of people have weird isms like this, but her mouth is always like kind of this. Like one side of it is sort of. She has this weird, like, where her lip kind of, like, her jaw, like, swings to one side slightly, especially when she's angry. And I'm like, is she doing that on purpose? Or is that just the way it is?
I think she's doing it on purpose. It's like her mean lip, like, he'll, like,
bite. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. So, I think we should talk about the guys.
Let's talk about the guys. Are we talking about the adult men or the, We haven't even touched on like the real 2 stars of the show technically, which are Johnny and Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah, we haven't talked about them. If you stan Daniel LaRusso, please don't watch this podcast. Subscribe somewhere else. We don't want you here.
That's crazy because Gaby has never seen the OG.
This is true.
Karate Kid.
I have never seen Karate Kid, and now I don't want to
watch
it because I don't want to see him succeed. I mean, I must say I did like him by the middle of season 3, but dude, it took me 2.5 seasons to like him, and he's the lead. And I like the cons list that I have for him is just like a fucking Comedy Central roast session. Like I am going off on this man.
So you've never seen Daniel LaRusso in like who he was.
Yeah, so no fucking clue.
You have which is also crazy because it's like the thing that makes this show so funny is that Johnny is the bad guy in the OG movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought was cool. I realized.
And that's what's really cool about what they chose to do. And also they give him like obviously so much depth in this, and you have so much growth that happens to him. But what's interesting, Derek and I kept talking about, is you watch Daniel LaRusso and Ralph Macchio, that's the actor.
Yeah.
He's trying to act the same way he did when he was a teenager.
I noticed that with the flashbacks, and I was not going to say anything because I didn't see the movie, so I wasn't 100% sure. But if you're saying it, because he makes the same eye thing and he's
trying to do all the same things. Like, I get that you realize you're the same character, but you're an adult man now. Also, the other thing we kept saying was it's crazy that when he's a kid, he's really cute and handsome. And but when he grows up, it just doesn't suit.
Dude, I literally have all my cons written down for Daniel LaRusso. Peaked at age 14. Tragic.
Hey, which one of those guys do you think is older?
I want to say Daniel LaRusso.
He is. He's 59, and the guy William Zabka, who plays Johnny Lawrence, is only 55.
Okay.
But they're both. I mean, like that's crazy. Also, they look really good for their ages.
They do look good for their ages. I'll give them. I just don't. Okay, I need to go ahead with all my beef with Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah, you go over your beef with Daniel LaRusso, and then we can have fun talking about Johnny.
Do you want to hear the pros first?
Sure.
I'm gonna say my pros, and then you can say your pros.
Okay.
And then I'll roast him.
Okay.
Okay, pros. Money. Nice house.
And I think that is money also.
No, I mean, it's also I know people with money that have shitty taste. He has a nice house. Like, maybe it's the wife, but we don't know. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's sweet.
My fingers are doing air quotes for those that are listening on. And he's cool by season 3.
Yeah.
Those are my pros. Cons. I want to hear your pros.
My pros are I would say he's a really attentive father, but in the same
debatable.
But attentive, not good. Like he's very involved with his children, but
no, he's not. He doesn't know what the fuck the fat kid is doing that got recasted on season 3.
Did he get recasted, or he just lose weight? Because it's the same face. It's blowing my mind.
I don't know, and I think it's fucking bonkers that they didn't acknowledge it. Like if they bring Aisha back and she's a size 0, somebody better say something, because I'm not gonna like. Mind you, I'm watching it like in one sitting, right? So he was fat 20 minutes ago for me.
Yeah.
And then he shows up and he's this tiny little boy, and I'm like, what?
But he has the same face. It was like, how did they find someone with the same
he has
face?
A very, I don't think he's like very, okay, this is a good example. I don't know if you ever saw Ready Player One. You probably didn't.
I did, because I read the book, and then I wanted to see the movie, and then the movie was incredibly disappointing.
I actually enjoyed both. Like, I love the book, and I thought the movie was a fun time. Like, I saw it in the movie theater, and I was like, this is fun. I'm not going to watch it again ever. But I wasn't like...
that hurt my feelings. I don't know why it hurt my feelings. I don't know why I thought so much.
I've never... Thought it was fun. Dude, the book was fucking great.
But the book is amazing, and it's like they didn't take any of the script from the book for the movie.
I think that the big issue there was that I don't think, even though I love Steven Spielberg, I don't think it should have been him.
Yeah, he tried to make it like one of his movies. It
Yeah,
feels
and
very Spielbergy.
Yeah, the whole premise of Ready Player One is basically an ode to Steven Spielberg, and he can't think about it like with a straight head.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta talk about Daniel LaRusso. I'm sorry.
There's no boyfriend material in Ready Player One. They all suck. But this is relevant. That guy got casted because he has a very his lip is pushing out, so you can recognize him with the headset very easily.
Yeah.
This bitch, Michael, I think it's his name, the kid, he has a very common face.
Yeah.
He has one of those faces that you can probably go to a casting agent and be like, I need a white kid with brown floppy hair, and there's going to be 40,000 that look like him.
That's true.
So that was my unnecessary segue to Ready Player One.
So what are your cons for Daniel LaRusso?
Boring.
Yes.
Literally thinks he's right 24/7.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Short. He's 5'9".
He's really?
Yes. That means he's shorter than me.
But he doesn't look short in the show. They shoot him in a way that makes him look
tiny. His back looks tiny.
He looks skinny, but I never thought he looked short. That's crazy.
That kind of bothered me that he looked skinny. I wanted both of them to be ripped.
Yeah. Well, they're both really old.
Don't care. So is Robert Downey Jr. I wanted them to be ripped.
Okay. Fine.
I just have certain rules in my head, and this is probably terrible and not body acceptance. See, whatever. But if you get to be a superhero, you look the part. You know how Kumail Nanjiani had to lose all that weight to be a superhero and get that buff?
These people aren't superheroes.
They're a fucking karate superheroes.
Middle-aged.
Yeah, but
senseis.
They're middle-aged senseis that are trying to make it they're running fucking gangs. They have to so this is the fucking Cobra Kai cinematic universe makes no sense. No. My cons. Big at age 14. And he is fully in love with himself.
Oh, yeah.
And he likes the idea of being a good person more than he actually likes being a good person, which really bothers me. Also, I don't know how I feel about his Miyagi obsession. He needs to let that shit go. That man's dead.
Yeah, and he's been dead for a decade.
Yeah. Sir, you have a hot-ass wife.
You have a hot-ass wife. Your mom is still alive.
Dude, the wife married down. She could have done what? And why is everybody obsessed? Why is everybody in this town obsessed with something that happened 30 years ago?
I know that's the best thing is that it's how are people still living in the past like this?
It's also funny because it's LA.
Yeah. No, it's the Valley.
It's the Valley, California. But in my brief time here in California, people do not give a shit about the past. It's what are you doing right now? So what are you working on? So what are you working on? And I am flabbergasted that this man, he goes to a restaurant, people go oh, the double time Valley champion. I was 16. Look,
you know what else is crazy? They keep calling him the champ, and they could totally forget Johnny had been the double time champ before he came along. So they
That's
act
fucked up.
I know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm mad now.
It's crazy because he tells Miguel that he had won his sophomore and junior year, and then Miguel's like, "Well, what happened your senior year?" Daniel LaRusso came to town. Daniel's son.
No. What is your beef with Daniel LaRusso? Also, are you more lenient because you knew him as a cute child? He's so cute as a kid.
And you know what's funny about Daniel is at first I wanted to be on his side, obviously.
I think it makes sense.
My big problem with him is he's such a pushover.
Yes.
Like when it comes to his kids, like he's like, oh, like when his kids just walk all over him.
It's
And
kind
this
of
is,
insane.
and at first I really didn't like his wife because I felt like he was being a little bit more of a disciplinarian with the kids than she was. And she wasn't supporting him, like when he wants to go to the dance, to watch Sam in the first season.
No, the
and stuff
wives
like that.
be shit.
But as the season, so I felt that way the first time I watched it through. But rewatching it now, I'm like, his poor wife. She has to put up with this crazy person.
Yeah. Who his whole life revolves around something that happened when he was 17 years old.
It's happened like, we're talking over 30 years ago.
Because like sometimes
going on 40
kind of
years
insane.
ago.
Dude, Sam, I sometimes cringe at myself for being hung up about like shit that happened in high school. Because that was like 6 years ago, I think. 6, 7 years ago. And I'm like, I'm fine. Daniel LaRusso is fucking 50. And he's still simping over this bitch. He's married. Like, what is going on?
What is going on?
I have another pro for him. He has kind eyes. He has nice eyes. I'll give him that.
Kind eyes.
He has really nice eyes.
Gosh, I have so many things I feel about Daniel LaRusso.
See, I feel like
he's a pushover. I hate that his kids, like, he's apologizing for like yelling at her when she does the wrong thing. Like when she had a bunch of people over their house, he like blows up.
The way my parents would have like not had that. Like,
oh my God.
That's something that okay, thank you. So it's not a thing. Because like I kept seeing this on TV shows. So I just fully thought that like Americans, this is how you guys run shit. People throw crazy house parties and everybody's obsessed with fucking prom and homecoming. And because that's what I saw on TV, right? So it makes sense to me. Also, I vividly remember watching High School Musical, and there's this part on the first one where Vanessa Hudgens, it's like, I have to move on, it's just who I am. And I gotta go. No, it's not. I don't remember the song. It's one of those songs. She's singing. And then on the background, there's a huge poster of the basketball team. And it's like a giant ass Zac Efron with a ball, with a basketball, like behind her. And she's just like resting her face, her head behind like on Zac Efron's body poster thing and singing. And I'm like, yeah, totally. American high schools just put posters up of their students on the wall.
That, obviously.
Yeah.
It sounds like us.
Absolutely.
Well, the only thing that kind of makes the like Sam being like them being really lenient with Samantha is that they are in the valley and they're rich. And I would say people who grow up in LA have a different experience than people who grew up in the rest of the country because their parents are normally a little more consumed with themselves and not with their kids. So the kids can do normally whatever they want.
See, anybody who's like an LA native in this listening is triggered by this.
I hope you are. Like, and hey, if you're friends with me and you're from LA, I'm talking about you.
Dude, yes, this is true. I've learned this and I think I am a very good casual observer because I have no stake in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not from Florida. I'm not from Texas. Like, I don't fucking know. But like, no, the people that I know that were born and raised in LA, they are I don't want to say different species, but like it's like we live on different, like no.
They don't their parents were normally pretty absent, it seems like, and or are really lenient because I guess parent wanted to be more of a friend, I've noticed. And also those people who are from LA are more ready for Hollywood in that they're ready to act like everyone's their friend because it's part of networking.
Okay, yes. Because I make friends with people very easily, I think, but it makes me really anxious. Like the first like hi thing, I hate it. I hate going to parties. I hate it. I hate like hanging out with people I don't know. I always end up making friends every single time. But the entire process, it's like it's hell. I hate it.
See, I feel
Yeah.
like I like making friends, but it's I'm not gonna act like you and I, not you and I, but like if I meet someone and
I'm
like we
like
meet at a
the man that we
party,
bonded over Hamilton online. Like
yeah, no, not even that. Like if I meet someone at a party and we're like we have a good time and we're
mhm,
friends, if I don't talk to you for 3 months, right?
mhm.
And then I see you again, in my mind, we're like, oh yeah, we're cool. We're like acquaintances, but we're not best friends. Whereas like I find people from LA will act
Yes.
like you're their
Yes.
best friend, even though they've had one interaction with you. And it's like, yo, are you just using me? Like, or is this just how you treat everyone? I don't
Yeah, I can't tell.
understand.
Also, the follow unfollow thing here is wild.
Yeah.
Like the follow unfollow, I can't. Like I cannot. Thank God I don't know my Instagram password. Because I deleted the unfollowers app. And
Oh,
now I
okay.
can't tell who unfollows me. By the way, you officially have more followers than me, Sam. You made it.
You know what's so funny? I was gonna bring that up. I noticed that the other day. I was like, when is the
No,
opportunity to bring this
dude,
up?
I got really mad about it, and then I was like, you know what? She can have it. She can have it. It's fine. I'm not the
That's
one
for
who's couch
now.
surfing.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
Just for
that
now.
was mean. I don't
I don't
necessarily.
care. It's true. Like
I still want more followers. Anyway,
you will have more followers. Just whisper it into your water.
exposing me. Okay, let's talk about Johnny.
Oh yeah, let's talk about someone we like.
Yep. Cons, I have a hard-headed alcoholic.
He's definitely an
He's
alcoholic.
absolute. I don't think he can tell he's an alcoholic.
I mean, he's like a almost functional alcoholic.
No, dude, he's fucking functional. I was wondering, like, how the fuck has this man like done life without a computer for so long?
Right?
I love that. Like the writing that character is so like thorough, and it's such a person. I love it.
The
Like I
scene
fully buy it.
where Miguel's like, "Are you gonna send that like 3-page message to Allie?" And he's like, "Why not?" And she's like, "That would be like liking all
Like
of her pictures." And he's like, "Why wouldn't I like?" There's a button. I enjoyed the pictures. I like them. I was
I
like, I love this guy.
I love that because like I feel like we were all kind of like that when Facebook first came out,
Oh yeah.
like in the very beginning, but like I was in the 5th grade. So
Mhm.
like it wasn't that weird. But this man is like I was so embarrassed in his behalf.
He's so sweet.
He's
I
so sweet. And he kind of becomes daddy by season 2. It takes him a minute, but he gets there.
I think a major con for Johnny is that he can't develop a relationship with his son.
I know. But you know what? Roby's a dick too. So like
But he's still the son.
yeah.
It's Johnny's responsibility to make
Yeah.
it work.
That's his it's true.
And
I
I
I
think
just don't like Robbie, and I like easily like
I
forget
know
that he's
I don't like Robbie either. Derek was asking me why he couldn't do it, and I said shame. And then we were talking about Daniel,
absolutely.
and we think Daniel's big problem is pride. And it's
Yeah.
interesting because shame and pride are kind of two sides of the same coin.
And then the ex says like you guys are more alike than you think.
Yep.
And I was like, they're
Alex.
literally the same person, just in like different levels of like annoying.
I love how they tease us with their friendship too. There's like every once in a while they'll give us an episode where they get along and you're like, no, don't tease us like they're gonna be friends.
They're like the cutest friends though. Like
They are.
I love their friendship. I need season 4 now because I told you that I'm fascinated by like men friendships because I don't understand men. So like
Yeah.
the broing out aspect is like insane to me. So that was cute. I like that. But yeah, I also don't really understand the the baby mama situation.
What part didn't you understand?
I just don't like who's this bitch? She's like on 2 episodes and then disappears. And then
Yeah,
she's lame and Robbie's like super protective of her.
yeah, I think it's just that they were together, he got her pregnant, they have Robbie. Um Johnny's kind of absent, so obviously Robbie's gonna protect his mom because she's always been around, but she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, Robbie has a terrible life. Like
Yeah, Robbie does have a terrible life, so that is,
Robbie's life sucks.
yeah, I feel bad for him in that way.
Yeah, but I am a Johnny stan. I can't say like I was annoyed because I am a superficial bitch and I'm watching the first season. I love him and I'm like, why are you not attractive? Like I'm just annoyed at myself. I'm annoyed at the TV because I want him to be Owen Wilson.
You don't think he's hot?
I thought he was hot by season 2, but I'm not sure if he's actually hot or if I convinced myself that he was hot. Because I have an ability to convince myself about absolutely anything. Like I can talk myself into jumping off a building. I can talk myself into like,
Oh gosh.
that went dark really quick. I can talk myself into a lot of things that like I don't want to do. Or like, so I think that I could have talked myself into thinking that he was good looking because I liked him and I thought he was funny.
I think he's handsome, but I didn't think he was hot,
Dude,
like from the
young,
jump. And then as you get
jump
to know him, you really
the
like fall in love with him.
young Johnny,
Young Johnny, yeah.
cute. But I know for a fact, and I hate this about myself, that if I would have watched Karate Kid, I would have been like, Daniel's cuter.
Oh yeah, because honestly, Daniel is cuter in the OG Karate Kid.
But like Johnny's like hot, like 17-year-old Johnny's hot, and then the photos that he starts bringing out, I lost my fucking mind.
Oh
like,
my god, he's so funny.
what, dude?
Those had to have been
parent.
his headshots for like his real life headshots when he was
absolutely,
in
absolutely, and it's amazing because everybody's parent
LA.
has photos from the 80s that are like headshots, even if they're not headshots.
Glamour
And they,
shots.
yeah, yes, and they all look insane. Like they're laying their heads in like their hands.
And it's got like the glossy like around them,
yeah,
like halo kind of thing happening.
And they have crazy hair and makeup.
Oh yeah,
that's absolutely not natural. And everybody, yep. We don't. Have, I don't have. I mean, no. What was the context for those photos, and when do you get them? Like at what age?
Oh well, wait for the TV. Oh, for glamour shots.
Yeah, for like.
I think glamour shots was an industry. So, like, cause I have family members who have glamour shots. Like my aunt has glamour shots I've seen, and I think you know how like people go to the beach and if you've ever seen the pictures of people who get like these old timey photos taken with their families and they look like pioneer people.
That's my dream. I want one of those so bad.
I was one of those as a kid, and then like I grew up and I was like, oh, people who do that are kind of trashy.
We should.
I've just offended so many people from my age group.
We should do it though. When we
do it,
yeah, we should do it, and then we should do one as flappers because those are a thing
it's
too.
funny. But I think it's kind of the same concept. Like you came there, they gave you stuff to wear, and then they set you up and like you paid X amount and then you took these glamour shots because they call them glamour shots. I think it was like something you paid, like it was just a popular thing to do back then.
Well, his headshots were great. He had a 10 out of 10 body.
Yo, his body was banging in the 80s.
I wish, see, this is something that upsets me about the idea of being a 50-year-old, that I'm going to look at photos of me in my 20s and be like, damn. And now I'm like, listen, you little fat bitch. Like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I like hate everything. And I know for a fact that when I'm 50, I'm going to look at photos and be like,
you never appreciate yourself when you're in the moment. It's always
very
later on.
annoying. It's very annoying. And then watching this show, I was just looking at this middle-aged guy looking at himself in like tank tops with the biggest buns I've seen. And like people with muscles in the 80s look different.
Yeah, I think some of it has to do with the types of exercises people chose to do back then. And I think also like if you look at, I don't know, I look at, because I have a lot of photos of my grandmother when she was growing up, and that's like way before the 80s, but they're just genetically different than us because one, they didn't have the same health, you know, like as far as like food and stuff. So I think we're physically different. Like something is genetically, every time a generation comes, there's something has shifted, whether it be the diet or how we choose to exercise or the amount we choose to exercise or just lifestyle choices.
Their body just looks sculpted.
It looks sculpted.
In a good way, if that makes sense. Like people that are ripped now, it sometimes looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, everyone's going for that kind of like the Rock look now.
And like the Rock look only works for the Rock.
Yeah, and even then it makes me a little uncomfortable.
No, I
like, yo, put
fucking
on
love
some
the Rock.
Clothes.
I would love to hug the Rock.
Wear a shirt that fits.
Dwayne, I would pay, like, I would love to hug you. I have a theory that he smells great.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he smells like freaking cocoa butter.
Somebody can use a plug to go hang out with Dwayne and smell him. We'll make candles of the scent. We'll figure it out.
So
yeah, we like Johnny. We do like Johnny. So how fast did you started shipping him with Carmen? How long did it take you?
Like the moment they like were together for the first time, like they met, I was like, oh yeah, that should happen.
I just don't understand like when that happened, because like Johnny's so obsessed with saying hot babes like 24/7. I was like, how the fuck did he not comment on Carmen? He's commenting on fucking everybody. He literally asked Miguel if Samantha was hot, and that's a minor. How are you not? He tells him about the girl, and he goes, is she hot?
They downplay how hot Carmen is in the beginning.
They really do.
They really do. They downplay how hot she is. Because I remember telling Derek when we first started watching it, I was like, oh my God, wait till you meet Miguel's mom. She's a fucking hottie. And then it started and I was like, this isn't how I remember how hot she, I mean, like she's beautiful. Yeah. But I remember her being like smoking. And then it's like, oh, well, also she's a nurse. So a lot of times in the beginning, you see her like after work and it's kind of like scrub. And not like that's not hot, but it's just, she doesn't look the way she does. Like when you see her in her dress and her hair is done and she's like happy. There's also something to be said about the busy look. Like she always looks stressed in the beginning. And then in the middle and like the later part of the show, you start seeing her smiling and having a good time. And that also brings out how hot she is. She's just beautiful.
She's beautiful. I think one of my favorite parts of the show is seeing Johnny like deconstruct his toxic masculinity, like little by little. It's like cool. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love when Chris calls Miguel a Mexican and Johnny goes, actually he's from Ecuador.
I know. I was just talking to Derek about that. I was like, that's such growth for him.
I lost it. Because like I've been in that position where I'm the Mexican and I'm like, yes, of course. Like I'm not gonna fine.
So should we talk about Chris a little bit?
Oh my God. I mean, Chris is weird. Chris weirds me out and I have questions. Does the army montage, did that happen in Karate Kid, the Karate Kid movies?
So in the second movie, I think there's some, because they go to Okinawa. I've never seen the second Karate Kid. I thought I had, but the more I was watching the show, like I was like, I've definitely not seen the second movie. But I've seen the third one with Hilary Swank. But Chris, I think, is in all three. And I think when they're in Okinawa that somehow they come into contact with each other. I might be making this up. I have to watch the second movie to be sure. But it is crazy, this whole like Vietnam thing that's happening. Dude,
I'm watching the Vietnam War and I'm like, whoever's playing young Chris 626, like amazing. Like we're so handsome. And then I'm watching this and I remember that your cute brother is in the army and I'm like, Samantha, get that man out of there. Why is he in the army?
He's in the Navy.
Same shit. Capitalism.
True.
He didn't go to Vietnam, but he went somewhere else because I was stalking him on Instagram and I saw in a YouTube video on his link and it was a lame ass edit on like iMovie.
Who?
Your brother has a video.
Oh, the video where he's like doing this thing. It's like an action movie.
He has a video. I am exposing myself. I am a stalker. I will stalk everybody's siblings, aunts. Like, this is my hobby. We've done it together. You know this.
I know.
No, your brother has on his Instagram profile a link to a video that he did of, I don't know, where he was like abroad doing some Navy shit. And he did a lame ass video with a GoPro.
Okay.
Of him like traveling around. Oh no, it's on his Instagram.
Are you sure it's not Andrew? Because Andrew traveled. Because Michael's, I don't think, been anywhere. He's not even been anywhere for the Navy yet.
One of your brothers, I don't know which one. One has his Instagram is private, and I'm not follow requesting. The other one that hangs out with Nikki Lopi more.
Yeah, that one. That's Andrew.
Yes, Andrew. Andrew went to, I don't know.
Yeah, he's been to Japan. He taught English.
He did a video of like his travel, and I'm like, this is a terrible video. I was like fast forwarding. This is terrible.
He's like on a moped or something the whole time.
I don't fucking know.
I've seen that video. I know what you're talking about.
I thought he was like doing some war shit. So
he's actually, you're right. He is in the army. He's a reserve. So two of them are in the service.
See, I did some good stalking.
You're a pretty good stalker.
And I was like, dude, no, get them out of there right now.
Well, the reserves paid for his college, so that was kind of a choice.
So annoying.
But
no, I had a sugar mama.
Yeah. We gotta get back to Kreese. We need to talk about, I don't know how old he is. I didn't look it up, but he has to be like pushing like 80. Like that guy is like in his 70s.
He's weirdly handsome, and it stresses me out.
He's very good looking.
I don't like it. He's
clearly doing a lot of his own stunts still. It's very impressive.
See, I don't like the hot grandpa thing. It bothers me. Mm-hmm. Like, I want grandparents to look wholesome.
Yeah. It does very uncomfortable to think like, oh, this guy could still get it, and he's like someone's grandfather.
Like, not I'm not that girl, but I know some girls. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what? This is what I think Kreese looked the hottest. So there's a scene. There's a scene where so Johnny started his own new like outdoor dojo where they're called Eagle Fang, right? And then he comes and
he goes like Kai's. Yeah.
And he's got like this, like, he looks like Neo, you know, like he's got
yes.
He's got like the coat and the glasses, and it's like, yo, Kreese.
Excuse me.
But he's like the baddest of the bad. He's a bad guy.
He sucks.
He needs to leave the valley.
See, I liked when he was there for Tori. I was like kind of surprised for a second, but then I was like, he did this for himself.
He did it for himself. He needed her because she's the baddest bitch. Yeah,
she's a good ass fighter.
She's a good fighter, and she follows his kind of like.
She likes orders.
She likes orders, and she likes that kind of like no mercy
approach.
I'm gonna finish
I'm
this
gonna
fight.
Fuck you up.
Yeah. So he needed her.
I don't understand. This is kind of like jumping ahead a lot, but why are y'all still fighting? Like,
right? That's what we get. What is this war we're preparing for?
Yeah. Like I was thinking the entire time, like, this is the whitest gang I've seen in my life. And then somebody in the parent like PTA meeting brought it up. Like, we don't want karate gangs. And I was like, thank you, black lady, for bringing it up, because I was thinking it too.
And then Daniel's like, what are we gonna make this some kind of karate Footloose? It's like, are all the references just gonna be from the 80s? Is that
I'm telling you, I told you, I texted you that when I was watching this, and I can guarantee that nobody under 40 is in that writer's room.
No, but it's so funny. I love all the 80s. Well, it has to be, because the Karate Kid's from the 80s. So it's like, everyone's living in the past and love the music. I love the music.
They have a lot of money for music. I was shocked. I kind of
they got Will.
They got Will. Will has money. At the beginning, I don't know why, I felt like the dialogue between the teenagers wasn't as good, but it got way better. as it went along.
The
I
writing is
thought that
getting
was
better. I didn't like the
the writing
third
got way better.
season. I wouldn't even say the third season was my favorite season because I think the second season's my favorite.
I
But
can't tell because I watched them all.
you watched it all. It was all
Yeah.
continuous. But I do feel like the writing gets a bit better as it goes.
I loved the finale of the third season. I thought that was really fucking cool.
Yes.
I think Robbie's a fucking cunt. Like, I don't think, like, I don't understand. Like, you're not even justified. Like, you're being plain stupid.
What
I
did
didn't
you
get.
what did you think about Allie coming back in the third season?
Oh my god, I freaked the fuck out.
Did you think
My
he was gonna
cats
fuck
don't
up
want
things
us
with
to go see.
Carmen? Because I thought they were.
I was
setting that
terrified.
up.
I was thinking that for sure he was gonna fuck up things with Carmen.
I was
And
like, there's no way.
I was so upset because like he looked so happy with Allie, and I'm like, this fucking basic bitch. And then I wrote on my notebook that I hated her. And then I was like, actually, I don't hate her. Are you
She's
listening?
actually ends up becoming
Oh
really
my
cool
God.
because
Yeah.
she finds out that he has a girl that he's been seeing, and you can tell, like, this was what Derek and I were saying. She could tell when she was hanging out with him earlier in the day, she was like, oh, maybe we could like have a fling, you know?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
she found out there was someone else, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to ruin his life for me to just have a fling because I'm not trying to marry this guy.
Yep.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. Look at you, Allie. That's
Okay,
cool.
you, Allie. Yeah,
Also,
I like that.
I thought that was really cool of them to have a female because it is a very masculine show, and a lot of the choices they make for the women, yeah, they don't give a lot of like, they don't give the women a lot of cool
moments.
I would say they gave a lot. Yeah, they took Aisha out and they gave her a lot of the cool moments. Moon's not really present as much in the third season, and they give her a lot of cool moments. But I felt like giving Allie like this, like, oh wow, she's like a real adult. She's not going to ruin this relationship.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. I thought that was cool of them.
I don't like Samantha.
I don't like Samantha either.
She's so plain vanilla, boring. Like, and her smile, I kept trying to figure out if I had seen her anywhere before, but I just think she looks like, you know, when you go to like Disneyland and there's somebody like the cast members.
Yeah, she looks like that.
Her, like, she fucking looks like she works at Disneyland, and I completely mean it as a diss. And I love Disneyland. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can hear the smile in her voice. Always.
Yeah, her voice is really annoying. But
no. I do appreciate that she's thick.
Yeah.
Which I thought interesting because I have like all this like, this is the coolest show ever. If you're a 12-year-old boy, best show ever.
Yeah.
Literal best show ever. And the shows that I watched when I was 12, all the girls were
stick thin.
And like stick thin. But like she looks curvy. I appreciate, and I don't mean that
in like a normal girl.
Yeah, and she's not like sexualized at all, which was surprising to me because this whole show is so male.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job with that. Like, they don't over sexualize her at all. They allow her to be
not even wearing a bikini, which I thought
she's not.
I thought that was insane. I was here for it, but I was like, oh, okay.
And I like that she is she's like this kind of girl, like, especially in the beginning, you have this feeling because she's still figuring herself out. Like, she used to be like a nerdy girl, and like she's clearly a smart girl. But she's pretty, so like the cool girls like want her in their group, and she's like figuring that out and like how to navigate. Like, I'm friends with Aisha, but I want to be a part of this cool group. But she's still not mean about it. She's just trying to figure out, how do I get what I want without being an asshole?
Yep.
And I thought that was an interesting kind of choice.
That's the only interesting thing I find about her, honestly. I did think it was really fucking funny that fucking Daniel LaRusso fully thought that he was gonna move in a cute 15-year-old boy to the house, and that they were not gonna be like messing around. Like, the fuck do you think we're like? And then Amanda comes through and points it out, and I'm like, thank you, Amanda, for being the voice of reason in this fucking show. Because of course, if you move two fucking 16-year-olds together and make them like fucking dance in a river.
He
for
didn't
hours.
even consider that it might be a problem.
Yeah, he didn't. No, and they're all wet and sweaty.
Didn't phase him once. Oh,
No,
they're spending the whole summer together. They're both the same age. The testosterone, the hormones,
yeah. And then Aisha goes and goes, "Oh, you're training with six pack? Must be tough." And I'm like, Aisha, you my girl. Like,
Aisha's the best. I can't believe it. Also, it's like you didn't have room for her in the script, but you're like, they brought in all these other kind of side characters that they barely gave names to.
That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. She was my favorite character because you have like immediate, like, you feel for this girl who's like kind of nerdy. She's kind of an outcast in the school, and then she wants to take control of her life, and she does. And that's that's
why I liked her and Hawk the best at the beginning. I really liked Hawk season 1 and season 2, and then I was so mad at him.
Let's talk about Hawk.
Let's do it.
Yo, my favorite thing about Hawk,
what,
is whenever he shows off his tattoo, or they say his name, it's like the sound effect of the hawk. It's like, yo, who's playing this?
The editing on this show and the sound mixing is superb.
So funny.
Chef's kiss. No, like, wait, let's talk about the editing for a second. The fights, the editing for the fights,
they did a good job.
It's so good. And the editing between the flashbacks, like just the blocking, how like the faces are in the same exact spot, and they cut back to like the movie in the 80s and cut back to the present. I'm like,
it's great.
Chef's kiss. Well done.
So good.
I love that. I really fucked with Hawk at the beginning because I just personally really like people that are solution oriented.
Yeah. And I like that Johnny tells him to flip the script, and he literally does that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's everything. And like, that's the one advice that like you keep getting for life. And you're like, oh, but it's the only one that's like real. Like, it's literally in your control, and he does it in like the next day, and it works so perfectly.
But then it all goes to his head.
I really liked when he got with Moon.
I like that too.
Thought that was dope, and I loved Moon. I have Moon made it to my favorite lines. I liked it when she said, "My mom says this weed has less calories."
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Iconic. But yeah, no, Hawk. I mean, I wanted his mom to like show up more, because they gave her like a good 5-minute like chunk, like a good chunk that like made it seem like she was gonna be there, and she wasn't. So that was confusing to me, because she looked like an overbearing parent, and then she just let all of this happen.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose, because you have this scene of him like being sad before he becomes Hawk, when he's still Eli.
Yeah.
And she's being like really invasive and trying to solve all his problems for him. So I think if you kept having her in the show, you would run into the problem of, why is he allowed to be Hawk now?
Yeah, okay.
I think that was kind
valid.
of sort of the thing around that. I do like,
he's the best actor in this show, hands down.
I thought so too. He's a really good actor. I think Aisha is a better actor, honestly.
No, I mean, he gets more screen time, so it's not fair to compare. He gets a lot of screen time. I think Aisha's really good, but his character development is really good. His facial, like his eyes. Fantastic.
You really believe he's this like nerdy, like kid who's self-conscious about his lip. And then when he becomes Hawk, he's so different, and so he's a real Cobra Kai. Like, when you see him as Hawk, he reminds me of how I felt about the Cobra Kais when I watched the original Karate Kid. Like, he's like, that's the kind of like thing you imagine when you think of Cobra Kai, is what Hawk is.
He was great until he wasn't.
I know, and then he's a dick.
And then he's fine later.
Well, I did like that.
I did like that Moon called the fuck out of him. That was cool. But like, that was kind of weird. Like, at the moment I was like, yes, Moon, fuck yeah. But then I was like, wait, you were a bully like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, but And she was only a bully like for half of the first season, and then from that point on, she becomes kind of like this like
free spirit.
free spirit.
Yeah.
Yo, and then she's like, bye after she gets away from Hawk. I'm like, yes.
My mind.
And it was like, Derek's like, what, did Moon just become the hottest girl in school? And I was like, and she's with the other hottest girl in school. Yo.
I loved it. That was amazing. I like fully gasped.
I would get with Moon. She's really hot. She's really cool.
She's sex positive.
She's sex positive.
The car wash was funny. I like that.
Oh yeah, the car wash. I forgot about that. Car wash for Miguel.
Oh my god. I want to talk about Dimitri.
Oh yeah, you said you thought you liked Dimitri.
I love Dimitri.
Oh my god, how from the beginning?
From the beginning.
How can you like it from the beginning? He's so annoying.
I know, Samantha. Sometimes I make no sense. Like, I am extremely predictable. The more you know me, you're gonna figure it out that I am the same person I was when I was 9 years old. I am extremely predictable. And I was just watching the show and I was like, this bitch, if I was one of those girls in high school with him, I would have been obsessed with trying to make him think I was smart like him.
That's not what he wants. Sure. He wants the Yasmin type.
I know. I'm not saying it would have worked out, but I would have been like, it would have been my mission for me to be seen as his equal in his head.
Yeah.
It would have been my fucking mission the entire time.
Oh my god.
And he has the best one-liners.
He says a lot of good stuff. Did you write them down?
Oh, of course I did. I have. It was probably for the best. It was starting to boost your confidence.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
This is my favorite. This is like extra gym class for no reason. I felt that to my core. It's like, he has the best lines. And then Johnny. He also does say the iconic, I respect the safety in numbers of joining a gang. That was amazing.
I didn't like Dimitri until like maybe season 3. Like even
when I liked
Miyagi-Do, I didn't like Dimitri. He had to learn karate for me to be like, okay.
I see what I liked about him as a character and as a person is that like he was so sure of who he was as a person, and I really like that in people.
Yeah,
like how he was like, I gotta play the long game. I need to go.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
He's my kind of guy. And then he's like in the karate and he's prepared and he goes like, my mom gave me a note because he fucking knows.
It's like, why did you even show up, dude? Just go home. No one's asking you to be
so
here.
So funny. And he kind of looks like the kid in Stranger Things.
Yeah, I see that.
I love that kid. So
my favorite Dimitri thing that happens is so after has the cast, and then they draw a big dick on it, and then Yasmin comes and she writes the note, I love your big dick. Because I was like, whoa, way to flip the script, Yasmin. And also now we have this like,
I love that. I loved it. I love Yasmin and Dimitri, but I don't really get why Yasmin likes Dimitri. I hope we get
I get it.
Why? What do you think Yasmin likes Dimitri?
Everything is so concrete in the beginning. Everything's so popular kids and not popular kids. And then karate happens and that changes everything.
Karate World War III
happens, and you know, it puts people in different levels in the school social spectrum. And I think it's interesting because Yasmin over the course of time has to realize that her popularity isn't concrete, one, and that in the same way that his nerdy outcastness is not concrete. And I think she's always known he liked her and all that kind of stuff.
He's cute.
And like, because he was always doing her homework for her and stuff like that, you know? And so I think,
is that really a thing? Is that, I want to know if did somebody ever offer to do your homework?
No, no one's ever offered to do my homework. And also, I've only had people like ask to like cheat off my homework. Like, hey, can I copy your answers for homework?
Have you ever like been in the position where you bullshit you completely bullshit? Is that a word? Bullshit at your
Bullshit.
homework? Like it's not right. And then somebody's like, can I copy your homework? And you're like, dude, it's like not right. And they're still copying it.
Yep, I've had that happen.
Dude, I had a class, I think it was geometry. I would copy my homework for geometry, like somebody else's geometry homework every day on like the lunch period, every single day, because I did not understand geometry. Like it was very upsetting to me. Like I had no clue what was going on ever.
But were they like, did when you were taking geometry, did they collect your homework, or was she just seeing that it was done?
It was just they were just seeing that it was done. The
Yeah,
teacher would
same.
like walk and like check that you did your homework. And she
So
fucking
stupid.
knew. She fucking knew that I was copying it because she probably was like, why is this bitch getting the right answer
But
on the
there's no
homework
work.
and failing? No, I copied the work. I am thorough. I copied the work. I even like drew stuff and like erased it
Funny.
to like
You're
make it
thorough.
look like I tried. I am Sam, you should know this already. I am thorough as fuck. Like I told you about your brother's YouTube video that you haven't seen. I'll send you the link.
Oh God. I don't need to see it.
What's his name? I forgot.
I think Andrew is the one you're
Andrew,
talking
I'm sorry.
about.
I'm looking directly into the camera. I apologize.
Okay, so we talked about Dimitri, we talked about Robbie. We haven't, well, let's, before we get to
Miguel?
before we get to Miguel, let's just gloss over Kyler, because he's someone that shows up a couple
Dude,
times.
Kyler sucks. I kind of like that he's Japanese. I like that for a second. Um, and then he was the whitest kid.
I thought that was funny.
I was always funny because like I had a Japanese roommate and she's the whitest person I've ever met in my life.
I thought that was
But
really
she
funny.
was fully Japanese and it was kind of very funny.
I thought it was so funny when he's over at the LaRussos and they serve him like raw fish, and
Yep.
Daniel's like, where are your parents from?
Oh,
It's like, you're so racist. It's so funny.
I think like this show could have very easily been very racist, but it's so self-aware.
It's very tongue-in-cheek. Yeah.
I think it's so self-aware that they're right in the line that it's not racist because of that. But like, you know that there was some drafts that were racist AF.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm sure some people suggested things in the writer's room and they're like, it's really
no,
funny, but no.
Big no.
I thought it was cool that Kyler became a Cobra Kai in season 3, and like
I like that, but I
Hawk
hated
was like,
that he
what?
just I didn't like that he showed up and just like knew karate. The other guys just like knew karate.
I don't think it was that he knew it. I think he was just a more physical person than the other guy was. Because it's like
Yeah.
when Kreese brings all those guys in, Hawk's like, I don't think these guys are Cobra Kai material. And he goes,
So
but
what
they're
the fuck
natural
is wrong
born
with this
athletes.
high school? In my high school, you couldn't like just walk in as an adult and people would have questions.
They would never let adults.
So yeah, like it's very confusing because like this high school, for some reason, there's cops checking your bag because of karate World War III, but grown ass men can just walk through the corridors. And like, I can think of 5 things that are terrible right now. Child trafficking, soliciting child pornography, betting, selling illegal drugs. Like, I can think of so many things that could have gone wrong. Anyway, I don't like him. He's irrelevant. And nobody liked him. The dad didn't like him. The mom didn't like him.
Tyler.
Sam didn't really like
from the jump. Everyone's like, don't like this kid. Oh, so he does have that like douchey, like rich guy vibe the whole time.
Dude,
from, like,
he's
the
really
moment you meet
cute.
him.
He has that
He's handsome.
douchebag vibe, but yeah, I don't like him.
All right, let's get to the cutie pootie.
Miguel.
I love him.
Miguel gets cuter as the show goes. Have you looked him up on IMDb? He looks nothing like the character.
What was his name? Zolo or something like
that?
Yeah,
Solo.
Yeah. He's cool.
He looks it's really funny because his IMDb photo headshot, he fits the bill for like Latin lover, like to the T.
I
the
haven't looked it up
hair.
on IMDb.
Oh no, you should do that right now. Get on your phone and look him up on IMDb.
Let me see if I can pull it up while I'm doing this. Talk about, he's just so sweet. I love him from
I
like the
have.
moment you meet him, right?
Oh, he's
He's
so
like,
sweet. He's adorable. I really like that he had braces at the beginning. I thought that was very interesting.
yeah. Well, he's really young. Like the girl who
He's really
plays
young.
Samantha is like 24 and he's only 19.
Oh shit. An older woman.
So yeah, he's much I think he's probably one of the younger people in the cast.
I didn't look at his age.
I looked at his age. So I'm looking
I
at him now.
didn't think
He's 19 years old now. So when he did this, when he started
he
this,
was
he could have been like
16.
16, 17.
Yeah. Look at him now. Tell me he doesn't look like the Latin lover.
Yo.
Isn't that crazy?
Hot.
I don't like it, but I like
uncomfortable. Because it's like, I think it's fine for me to think he's cute, but it's like uncomfortable for me to think he's hot.
Because it's I know exactly what you mean, because it's like a different vibe, and I like cute Miguel. I don't like hot Miguel. Hot Miguel needs to take a seat.
He is so sweet. He's so cute. When he gets pushed off the second floor of the school,
I
like off the
screamed.
balcony, I was like, this is not happening. And also, I for sure thought the third season we weren't going to see Miguel walk until the very end.
I did think we were gonna see him walk. But when he was pushed off the stairs, I was like, you can't do this. This is Disney. And then I remembered that it wasn't Disney.
It's not Disney.
Like, sometimes I'll be like I don't know if this happens to you, or like with like every Marvel movie or whatever. This happened to me with Tom Holland Spider-Man multiple times, where Tom Holland's about to like eat shit. He's about to die. About to die. And I'm like freaking out. And I'm like, he can't die. He's Spider-Man. Like,
Spider-Man
literally can't die. I had the realization that he could very well die in the end, because it's not Disney.
It's not Disney. Also, it's funny because it's changed hands, because it was originally a YouTube Red or whatever, and then now it's Netflix. So
oh shit. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I watched it, it was on YouTube Red. I think the first and second season, and Netflix got it for this new season, and they did the new season.
Oh, okay, interesting. Huh.
But I mean, now that's why I think also, I don't know if you noticed this, the third season, the episodes are much longer.
Yes, I did notice it because I was running behind.
I figured that's why why you're running behind. I was like, oh, she probably didn't realize that the episodes would be longer. I didn't realize that either.
I did the math for the 20-minute episodes.
Yeah.
And then they started being 40 minutes long, and I was like,
the pacing though is insane. Like, do they not? Great. It's perfect. There's never a dull moment.
Nope. I love this show. I love this fucking show. I don't think my only like beef
with Miggy
Miguel would be that maybe he has like kind of a big head sometimes, but that's being a teenager.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that passed, because it's like,
yeah, he's a very likable character all around.
And a lot of it has to do with his influences. Because
he's also very human.
Yeah, and a lot of it, like you have him, he gets the big head sort of like towards the end of the first season. And then as Johnny grows, he grows with him, which I thought was cool.
Didn't understand, like, in my head, Tori and Miguel should have never gotten together. Like, no. I understand that we needed a nemesis or whatever, but like, I just don't believe that they would be attracted to each other. And that was maybe in the acting or me being fucking extra, I don't know. But I just didn't buy it. And the entire time I was watching it, and I was like, why is Tori not with fucking, what's his face? The cute one who's short?
Robbie.
They're literally perfect for each other. They're both messy.
Yeah, and they both, it clearly, like, they're leading to that in the third season, that they're going to get together.
I hope they do. That makes sense. That makes total sense.
You don't like, I mean, like, I don't care for either of those characters.
They can, like, fucking ride a bicycle into the distance. That's fine by me. Wrap that up.
The other thing about Miguel that's great is obviously his mom's cool, but his grandmother is awesome.
Dude, their grandma is the bee's knees.
The bee's knees?
I love her. I've always wanted to say that. Listen, when she covered for Miguel, I was like, that is such a grandma move. Like, grandmas will cover for you 100%.
Yeah, she's a boss. Also,
dude, every
like,
time I see my grandma, she's like, do you need money? Like, every single time. And she'll like hand me like cash. And
that's grandmoms.
And that's some grandma shit, straight up. Like, they will, if they have a 5, they'll give you a 5. They have a 20, they'll give you a 20. Like, whatever they have on them.
I feel like they go to the bank and they don't go to the ATM. They like go in the bank and they're like, I need some cash to have on hand for my grandchildren.
My grandchildren. They've never been to an ATM in their life. This is true. Probably Johnny hasn't either.
Probably not.
That whole debacle about him saying that the computer ran out of juice because he didn't charge it. I was gonna piss myself. Like, that was amazing.
So stupid. He makes me.
But honestly, you gotta respect that level of commitment of not knowing shit. Like,
you really do.
I think it was I might be wrong about this, but what's this? The guy from Kiss. What's his face? His name?
Gene Simmons.
Yes, Gene Simmons on an interview. I think it's Gene Simmons.
Am I making that up?
No, you're not. Like, who's his favorite Kardashian? And he asked, what is a Kardashian?
Good for him.
And I was like, wow. Like, I don't know if you're faking it, but either way, amazing job.
That's crazy. I mean,
what is like?
Well, if you're not watching TV like that, also sometimes you have to remember that people who make art are probably not consuming as much art, especially if it's not within their field.
Okay, if it's art not in their field, I am a big art consumer. I am consuming media 24/7. And I'm an artist, you might say.
Yes, you are.
Anyway,
do you have? I think we covered pretty much everyone that's worth covering.
Let's check. We got Robbie, Miguel, Johnny, Daniel, my boy Dimitri, Hoff, Tyler. I want to talk about Tori for a sec because I think she's psycho.
She is.
I don't understand her. I think we talked about
we talked about.
Did
Tori.
we talk about this recording? Okay, I wasn't sure we were recording.
Oh no, we were talking about her when we were recording. I promise.
Okay.
Because I made that like mean statement about how I didn't like the things she does with her lip.
You fucking did.
Like, okay. I don't like her face.
I have thoughts on the finale here.
Okay.
I say stan Amanda 24/7. I love her. And I am not kidding. My notes literally say, bro, what was the reason? Why are you still fighting? The Russo house deserved better. They fucking like torched that house.
They tore the house apart.
For no fucking reason.
Also, that's clearly breaking and entering. Like, all those kids should be going to juvie for breaking and entering, and then killing, like, tearing people apart when they come in.
I don't know, maybe stealing a snake also?
Oh, yeah, stealing the
snake.
What
was that? They stole 2 snakes.
I don't know if they stole the OG snake, the one that they put in the dealership, but they stole the other snake for
that was fucked up.
Oh, speaking of the dealership, we didn't talk about Anoush. I love Anoush.
She likes Anoush. I like the cousin that like is like good for nothing.
Brett Ernst. Oh, that's the name of the guy who plays him. The guy. What's his actual name? The guy who plays him, Brett Ernst, is a comedian. He comes to the Comedy Store all the time.
Okay, he's very funny. I like him.
He perform. But what is his name in the show? Is it Lucas or something like that?
Lou.
Yeah, he's very funny. But I like Anush. I think Anush is very dateable in that one, he's a very career driven, good salesman, and he's loyal. Like he comes back to Daniel in the end. The only reason he leaves is because Daniel wasn't giving him the time of day. And he's clearly looking for love. Like he mentions a
Oh.
couple times in the beginning, like he's on these like he's like on a Southeast Asian dating site.
Yeah. And like I laughed because like dating apps are that specific now.
They are.
And
They really are.
your phone knows shit about you.
Your phone
Like I
knows what you
cannot,
like.
dude, no, but they know who you are. My phone keeps sending me apps to like date exclusively like Latinos.
Is that what you want to date? I thought you
No.
only liked white guys.
Oh my god, don't expose me like that, Samantha.
She loves if you are watching this and
Oh
you're
my
like, I'm
god.
really into Gaby, and you happen to be like a dorky white guy or like a dorky Jewish white guy, that would actually be better if you call her up or send her a direct message, drop in them DMs, and she will respond.
My face is red right now.
Because it's true.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you know my face is red.
I used to have my dorky white guy face, but they had to be tall. Like I would only take guys that were like a foot taller than me, and
That's not
they were like,
tall.
"That's like 6'2". That's tall."
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're not that. I keep thinking you're like 4 feet tall, but you're
Okay,
actually like
no, I'm
5.
I'm 5'2", and that's totally normal. Maybe it's not average, but it's not too short.
Not too short.
But I get why you're into that. I think you're gonna grow out of it. I think you're gonna try other things, and you're like, maybe I want something spicy today, or maybe
Oh
I
my
want
fucking
something.
god! I am tired of people calling us spicy. Like
Not us, it's just in general, anything that's not like just a straight white man. I mean, just like something a little more flavorful.
okay, I think I am flavorful enough for an entire family. I could have plain crackers as children, and they'd be like, "Shit, that mom is like psycho." Like we gotta
Yeah,
stop
but
it.
like you're talking about dating like guys that are like the equivalent of like beef stew.
Oh my god, no! That's how you would describe John Mulaney. How dare you?
No, not John Mulaney, but all these other like no-name guys that I've never heard of.
But like the John Mulaney type, you know, I love the John
Now,
Mulaney
John
type.
Mulaney is more like a good macaroni and cheese, but with bacon in it.
Oh my god, I love macaroni and cheese. It's my favorite food.
I know it makes you feel good and it's comforting and it's like I know this.
Oh my god. She's dragging me for a filth. Anyway, who's your boyfriend pick for this?
Out of the adults or out of the children?
What are we picking first?
I'll tell you both of them. I'll tell you.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
And I want your reasoning. I want your reasoning for each one.
My child husband would be Miguel because one, I think he's the cutest, one of the cutest people.
Also, he looks like he could be related to you, and Samantha will only date people that look like.
That is not true. I've never dated anyone that looks like. I just think that they're attractive.
I know you're attracted to people that look like your brothers. That's fucked up.
I didn't say that. I said I'm attracted to people who look like me. Just because my brothers look like me doesn't.
Dude, this one time, I posted a photo of me and my brother on like Instagram or something, and then my friend was like, "Oh, I thought it was Noah Centineo." When I tell you, I lost my mind because of course, I love Noah Centineo.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, I love that man. So I was like, losing my mind. So after we finish this, I'm gonna send you photos of my brother so you can tell me if you think he looks like Noah Centineo. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But that really sent me. And fuck you, May, for saying that about me. Still think about it.
I don't like guys that look like my brothers. I like people who are genetically similar to me, which has not always been the case. I used to be very adamantly against that. And like, I think that was like a self-hatred thing. And now that I love myself, I'm like, you know what? I want more of me. But I would pick Miguel because he's the most loyal. He's like so loyal. Like he would go to the end of the earth for you.
He's a big Gryffindor.
So Gryffindor. He could kick ass.
The Game of Thrones references sent me in the entire show.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones references are really funny.
Those were fire. And like Dimitri's eyes, when like they talk about it. Mentoring Dimitri is my pick for my child
bride.
Yeah, for my child bride. And I have reasoning for this. Where's my Dimitri notes? He will always be employed. He's smart. He doesn't know how funny he is.
He's funny.
And he will always, for the entirety of your relationship, be shocked that you like him, that you picked him.
That's true. That seems to be a thing with you, with the people you pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have self-esteem issues. You need to think I'm the shit. Like, I need to back up here.
I feel like if there was ever like an abuse situation in your relationship, you would be the abuser.
No, I'm a Hufflepuff. Listen, the cons I have for Dimitri is will absolutely mansplain things.
Oh yeah.
Not strong.
He gets better though.
He gets better though. I like him. He's cute.
All right, my adult choice.
1, 2, 3. Johnny. No, you kidding? No. Who the fuck did you pick?
I'm picking Anoush.
You're picking Anoush for Johnny's an entrepreneur and he's funny and he says hot babes all the time and it's really funny. And Johnny, he calls it the Facebook.
Johnny would be fun and all these other things, but Johnny would have to do a lot of work on himself for me to want him. Like maybe like in 2 seasons from now, I would be like, I would date Johnny. But right now he's unstable. He has to do more work on himself. I like that he is doing the work on himself.
That's literally the issue. Because like the way my head goes, it's like, I'm going to fix him.
Yeah.
It's another crafts project. Just like my collages. Like, I'm going to fix him.
Anoush, on the other hand, totally gets his own thing. He has his self-value. That's why he leaves LaRusso Auto, because he values himself enough to know that if Daniel doesn't value me, I'm not going to work here. And then he comes back because he is a loyal guy and he does really care about Daniel. And I like both of those things about him.
Also, like, Samantha's 30, so she has a very more nuanced approach on life. And no shit, and I clearly don't.
I'm not looking to date a guy just for a year. I'm looking for someone I can make a life with.
I mean, same. That's my big issue. Like, that's literally why I refuse to like Tinder or all those things. Because I'm like, I can't do this. Like, what? No. Like, if I don't think I can marry you, I'm not gonna go on a date with you. Like, it's just not gonna happen. That's just how my brain works.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you kind of always think wedding bells, I think, but the older you get, the more you realize that you have to figure out if they're also thinking wedding bells. And I don't think Johnny is even ever going to think, like, even though he likes Carmen, I don't know if in his mind he's thinking, I want to marry this woman.
Yeah, but he's 50.
I know.
I mean, you're 50. If you don't want to get married, it's I don't have like anything to say to you. Like, it's fine. You're valid as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're fucking 50.
He's 55, but yeah.
He's a little younger. How old is my mom?
He's my dad's age. Like, I think my dad's turning 56 this year. It's crazy.
Did it bother you that you found him attractive when he was your dad's age?
No, because I found people my dad's age attractive before and gotten over it. I used to have a crush on the guy my dad worked with.
No.
Like, as a little girl. Like, the guy my dad was like business partners with, he was also the worship leader at our church.
Oh,
and
no.
I always thought he was so cute, and I like babysat his kids.
And you, ew. You were
I was so young. I was like 13, 14. I wasn't like I thought anything would ever happen from it. And there was nothing ever, like it's not like
Yeah.
that. But it was just like had like, like a little girl crush.
That's so cute. That's so cute. I personally have an issue with like hot pastors.
Oh yeah.
I
It
don't
should
think
not
that should be
be.
a thing. Like I don't like it. It makes me really uncomfortable. They wear the tight jeans, like, and they pretend they're like the Jonas Brothers, and they have like the tattoos and shit. And I do not fuck with that.
How did you feel about the Cobra Kai that's a pastor now? I think it's Dutch.
I love that.
I really like that too.
I like that, and I like that the other guy that died told him to stop living in the past. I really like that. I think that was my favorite episode, actually.
That was a really good episode. I thought it was cool that they did that because it seems like that guy
brought everybody back.
They brought everyone back, and in the following season they do like a memorial for that guy. Like he actually died. So I wonder if they did the episode on purpose because they knew he was sick. I wasn't sure.
Should look into that.
But I did think that was a really cool choice to bring them all back.
What are you looking forward to for season 4?
You want to? Okay, this is what I'm most looking forward to.
Oh wait, I have my thesis statement on this episode. No, on the show. I have a thesis statement.
You want to say that before?
Yes.
Okay.
Men are obsessed with impressing other men.
That's true, but
this entire show
incredibly accurate about women in general.
I think women want to impress everyone. Like women care about women's opinion and men's opinion. Men don't give a fuck what women think. Like they just want other guys to think that they're the guy.
That's so true.
I want to sit at the table and I want everybody at the table to think I look crazy hot while I'm sitting in it. Yeah. That's my thesis statement. I have it, like, I made a little square around it.
So what I'm looking forward to most about future Cobra Kai episodes is that, so I don't know if you remember this, but in the very beginning of the show, I mean, you should. You just watched it all. Yeah, I watched it. In the very beginning, in like the first season, Johnny asked where Carmen's like ex is, Miguel's dad.
Yes.
And the grandmother says he was an asshole. And so I have a theory that he's like a drug king, drug king, gang leader kind of guy. And I have a theory he's coming back and like he's gonna be a future like bad guy. Like whenever they defeat Kreese, that's when they bring in Carmen's ex.
Let's cast him right now. Doesn't know any Hispanic actors. I want Pedro Pascal.
I don't know who that is.
He's on Game of Thrones.
Oh, you mean the guy with you killed her, you raped her, you killed her children. That guy?
He's so hot. He's so hot.
Yes, cast him. He would be great.
Pedro Pascal. And that fucking checks out, right?
He's perfect. He's the right age. Yeah, he'd be great.
I should hire me, Netflix.
Hire her for Cobra Kai.
No, I would love to work at Cobra Kai. I think they could use a girly touch.
You could use a girly touch. I would also like to be hired, but she's definitely
more qualified
than I am. I didn't go to film school. I'm just.
I would write iconic lines like this one that I cannot believe I forgot to say. Dimitri saying snitches get immunity. I had to pause the TV. I was laughing way too hard.
Do you think you'll watch the original Karate Kid?
I'm gonna think about it. I think I might watch it, but I'm just gonna be annoyed. I'm annoyed.
I know.
I don't like that. It's my I was talking to my brother about this because we now have something to talk about. See, my brother and I talk about Hosier. We make fun of our parents. The Avengers.
The Avengers.
And Cobra Kai. That's all conversations. No, Hamilton. He also texted me about Hamilton the other day that he finally watched it, and I was like, oh.
My brother's all like Hamilton as well.
We should do a Hamilton episode.
Oh, we're definitely doing a Hamilton episode.
I already know who I'm picking.
I know I said Aaron Burr last time.
You said Aaron Burr, but it's clearly gonna be fucking anything that David Diggs plays.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm fully in love with him. Have you seen him on Blackish?
No, but have you ever seen Snowpiercer, this TV show?
No. Is it good? I've heard mixed reviews.
I have not watched the whole thing, but when we were staying with Derek's dad, we watched like several episodes with him from like the second season. I was like, we gotta watch this show. This looks really good. So I might put that on my list of things to watch.
Let me know if we're watching it together.
Okay.
We gotta watch The Bachelor.
We're gonna watch The Bachelor. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out soon, guys.
Yeah.
So stick around. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Please follow us. You can follow Gaby at Hey Gaby Mendez.
You can follow Sam at Beth Sam Lopez.
And you can follow us, the Boyfriend Material. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, the Boyfriend Material channel and Boyfriend Material podcast. And then if you want to find us on Instagram, it's BF Material Pod.
Yes. We would also love if you send us suggestions. Yes. That'd be cool. So if you have any like boy band or movie,
literally anything with a large group of men in it or women,
we decided we're not going to discriminate here.
Sexuality is fluid, guys.
We will rank them and roast them.
We'll rank them and we will date them and we love them. Oh my God. We'll do this next Tuesday. You guys have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.